I therefore stand before you today as the 40th Oba of Benin, a direct descendant of Oramiyan, the son of Oduduwa, whom the Benin people of that era knew as a Kaladiran.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is a Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. In case this is your first time of coming across our channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. And if you have been a subscriber, thank you for returning. Today, we are going to look at a very interesting topic which can never be overflowed. We are going to look at Agha-Idu Na-Oba. Agha-Idu Na-Oba. What is Agha-Idu Na-Oba? What is Idu? I know you are interested to know what is Idu. Kibu Idu. Please grab your popcorn, grab your seats, because this is going to be a very long and interesting video. We are going to take it in series, but we have to start from somewhere. One of our subscribers, a very active subscriber, begged me to please discuss Agha-Idu Na-Oba. What is Agha-Idu Na-Oba? Every Igbo community must have heard either as a folk tale or as a story about Agha-Idu Na-Oba. Kibu Agha-Idu Na-Oba. Agha-Idu Na-Oba is not just a folk tale, it is reality. It happened. But what is Igbo? To my grandmother, there is no place called Benin. She calls it Agha-Idu. For most elderly people in my community, I am from Ubuluku, by the way, in Anyocha South local government area of Delta State, and Enuane community, a very ancient community in Enuane. In Ubuluku, we call Benin Agha-Idu. So, igenwe ike si na mmadụ je Agha-Idu. Dịka ije asụ wee na oje Agha-Idu. Na mbụ, ndị bi na Agha-Idu bụ ndị dịsị iche iche, obodo dị iche iche kwa etiti bịa. Ogwe eji bụ na nye achịniwe bụ Ogisos wee ji achị Agha-Idu. Beni wa akpọ Agha-Idu. Ịbịa na ala Igbo, anyị Idu eri na ala Igbo. Beni bụ Agha-Idu. Ụmụnne anyị bụ ndị Igbo nọ na Eastern Homeland akpọ Idu-Ife, maka na ya bụ Agha-Idu nọchime Ife. O nwekwa ndị Igbo bi na Agha-Idu, nwee ndị Igbo bi n'Ife. Nnadị Emenwa bụ eze m na ụmụnne mmadụ anọ si Ife bịa n'ebe anyị nọ tata bụ Ubulu. Ya bụ nwe ndị Igbo bi na Ife, nwe ndị Igbo bi na Idu-Ife, ya bụ akpọ Agha-Idu, ya bụ Idu-Ife. O mesịa ga-ekwu okwu gbasara n'onye bụ Idu. Ịbịara na obodo niwe akpọwa Benin nke tata, ịjụ ọ bụ ebu Idu awakọwani n'oge oke mmiri ji zoo n'ụwa, ya bụ nke dị na akwụkwọ nsọ Bible wakpo the Great Flood. The Bible recorded that the only person that survived the Great Flood was Noah. For people like us here in Igbo land, but in Benin particularly, they believe that the person who survived the Great Flood was Idu. He was the one who led the inhabitants of Agha-Idu, the place that would later be called Agha-Idu, to a mountain, to a hill where the flood could not swallow them up, somewhere in Lokoja, present-day Igala land. So, this is why you will sometimes see that the Benins and the Igalas have similarities. It is because Idu led the inhabitants of Igodomigodo to this land area somewhere in Igala land before they returned to Benin. And thereafter, that land area is called Agha-Idu. So, Agha-Idu, also called Igodomigodo, was led by Ogisos. It is like a house of reps or a national parliament, as it should be called, with representatives from different ethnic nationalities. We had the Esan people there. We had the Jegri, the ones they call it Chekiri. We had the Ijos there. We had the Igbos there in great number in Agha-Idu. In Obuluku till tomorrow, my hometown, and most parts of Enuani, a well-dressed man like I am now can be called Ye Kezieo Dikendi Ogiso. Ogiso were the people considered as royalty, members of the ruling class. So, when this kingdom was invaded by Oramiyan, a prince from Ife. By the way, let me not just be speaking. Let me play a video of Oba Eware II, the current Oba, the Oba of Benin. I nearly called him the Oba of Benin. Now, the Oba of Benin, the present day Oba of Benin, made this video to clarify that his dynasty, his people, actually migrated from Ife. Kindly take a listen to the video. You also see there the Oni of Ife in the video. Please, let's watch the video together.
I therefore stand before you today as the 40th Oba of Benin. A direct descendant of Oramiyan, the son of Oduduwa, whom the Benin people of that era knew as a Kaladiran, their self-exiled prince, who later became ruler in Ịle-Ife. The Benin people recognize Oduduwa and his origin, but it is not our place to force this recognition on others outside our boundaries. The history of the world is a shared one, and there will certainly be unexpected connections in future. This is thus a time for unity and not divisiveness. A time for mutual respect, recognizing that our wholeness as people is so much more than the sum of our parts. Pluribus unum.
Welcome back. I hope you learned something from that video. Now, it is the invasion of Agha-Idu by Oramiyan that led to crisis, because that brought an end to the Ogiso era, and then there was resistance of the rule of this Oramiyan. A lot of Benin historians will tell you Oramiyan did not get to Agha-Idu. He didn't come to Agha-Idu. It was just his messengers that came. But Oramiyan actually instituted the present-day monarchical system that has an Oba as its head in Benin. So, when this Oba started ruling, it was resisted. It led to what was called Agha-Idu Na-Oba. Ndị Agha-Idu Na-Oba Anwaya. The residents, the indigenous of Agha-Idu, the occupants of the then Agha-Idu fought the Oba. So many, because I usually use this to trace history. When there is war, a man will naturally run back home. This war led so many Igbo-speaking people to flee Agha-Idu in the first wave of migration, because it was not this epoch only that had high-handedness of the traditional rulers of Benin Kingdom. In fact, it is from this Agha-Idu Na-Oba that the name Ịle-Ife came to be. The Yorubas now call that land area a land of strife and anger and vexation, which the Benin people will want to say it is not true, that their land is called Ubini, which the Portuguese and the European missionaries later misspelled as Bini, B-I-N-I. And then it will later be spelled today as B-E-N-I-N, Benin. So, this wave of migration and fight led to the migration of people like Akalaka away from the Igbo-speaking parts of Agha-Idu, probably a Banke of today. I'll clarify this, because this wave of migration led Akalaka, who bears obviously an Igbo name, to migrate. It would even be later on, during the reign of Oba Oduduwa in the 16th century, that people like Eze Chima and his family also fled. It was remarkable to know that Eze Chima, who people try today to corrupt his name as Eze Ikimi, to say that he is a Benin man, had up to 6 children whose names are all Igbo. His children's names are Opale, Opa Lenobi Chime. Opale is the name of one of the children of Eze Chima. You also have Ezi as one of the children of Eze Chima. You have Obio as one of the children of Eze Chima. Now, it is notable here that the Omu of Obio has clarified that Obio was not female, but a male. You also have Olinibo. That is, in their own dialect, they say Olinibo. Or you from Anambra can say Odinibo. It is found in Igbo land. Now, this Olibo, which some people among us now call Olibo, is the founder of Iseloku, such that Iseloku is called Iselo Olibo, while the people in Ịle-Ife may now call it Iselo No. So why the Benin revisionists and history twisters found Idonirisi Ile Uku, founded by Prince Owadia, is what I don't understand today, because I have made a very elaborate documentary of the history of Iseluku people, how the Omoli people were the first settlers in Iseluku. I will share a link to that video here so that you can also watch. It is a documentary of over 30 minutes. You will see elders from Iseluku discussing the foundation of that community. We are still discussing Agha-Idu Na-Oba. We have discussed what led to Agha-Idu Na-Oba. We have also seen a video explanation from the present Oba of Benin, Oba II, on how his dynasty was formed by migrants from Ịle-Ife. Now, I had mentioned earlier that the founder of my community and my father, Ezemu, also migrated from Ịle-Ife with his 4 siblings. It is remarkable that Agha-Idu is called Idu-Ife in our eastern homeland, while we also have Idu-Eri in the eastern homeland there. We also have Idu-Ime, Idu-Ife, and Idu-Eri. These are the 3 known Idu. I don't know if there are others. If there are, kindly drop it in the comment section. This is our first time of scratching the surface of Agha-Idu Na-Oba. we are going to discuss the several Agha-Idu Na-Oba and what they led to. By the way, my own father that I said migrated from Ịle-Ife is called Ezemu, and Ezemu till tomorrow is a well-known name. In fact, in modern day parlance, Ezemu na big name for Benin till tomorrow, because even a court in the palace is named after him, Ezemu, in the Oba of Benin's palace till tomorrow. And he was the last child of a family of 5 sons whose names are Obodo, Anega, Ekerie, Ezenaria, and him, Ezemu, being the last child. But he was the one with mystical, magical powers, and he was a hunter of unmistakable marksmanship. Thank you for following our channel. Thank you for watching this video to this moment. I will continue in our next series to discuss what was the next Agha-Idu Na-Oba that led to further migrations of people away from even this part of Enuan to our eastern homeland. Migrations of people like Oza, the founder of Ozobolo. Why did Oza leave Obolo? Some people say it's Ozo Obolo, a new Obolo. Some people say it's Ozo Obolo, but the real name is Oza Obolo, Oza of Oboluku, because Oza actually left Oboluku. Why did he leave? Who was even Oza? Thank you for following our channel. Kindly subscribe and share our videos. See you in our next video where we will look at the man Oza of Oboluku.